Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. I'm just going to go through canola exports for June and some of the other export data, and Alpha Darren Fesser talking about the hammer as well. Maybe explain that a little bit as we get in there. Mitch Miller just giving where all of the exports have gone. Just a different graphic here, but he also talked about some of the other exports and who's the top exporter up until the end of June. And then, yeah, so if you want to get into that article, there's a lot of good data there, of course. This is just another graphic showing much the same thing, but just who is the buyer as well. Japan it started to come on strong, but you can see the red being China. I think it's at 4.4 million metric tons of total seed purchased. And canola oil used for biofuel in the U.S., you can see here it's just fallen off a cliff from where they were, and that's just a change in the administration, of course. Vegetable oils per ton, and you can see that the soybean oil is by far the most expensive, and you can see who's right behind it, and there's a bit of a fight here for Brazilian soybean oil and Argentina soybean oil, and then you got the Malaysian palm oil coming up from below, and Malaysian palm oil had its high prices back earlier or last year, and then it's totally flipped now with the new mandates. Here's Darren Fesser just talking about the trade on the corn and soybeans, as that's what he focuses on.
The September corn. Obviously, downward channel. We hit our projected target here of 376. Again, I think this is a big day here today. We need to have some type of optimism here. Nice reversal on this candle yesterday. Looking for resistance right along that 384 mark. That's going to be that 5-day EMA. Now, December corn. Look at this nice candle down here. This is called a hammer candle with a nice reversal. You took out a low, but you finished near the upper end of the candle range. Good. Usually when you see candles like this, you've seen it. If you go over and take a look at the soy meal market, you've seen a similar type of candle on the weekly look, and soy meal started to rally over the last few days. Obviously, soy meal had a pullback yesterday, but the meal had the same similar candle. Does this signal a potential near-term bottom for corn? Time will tell. Look for resistance right along 405, that 5-day EMA. We came very close to that 395 target. I'm looking to sell rallies here. Again, those of you who have hedges on, am I looking to get out of those? Absolutely not. I think we need to leave those on ahead of and probably through next week's August report. Again, I do think the USDA is going to raise the yield. Is it priced in? I think that is a big question. How high does the USDA go? Look to sell rallies. Any type of rally back towards this April trend line. Call it 420, 425. If you get that type of move, you need to be looking to reward it. Same type of thing can be said on the September bean market. Again, we hit the targeted move here at 962 yesterday. Did not see that reversal candle like we did in corn. Resistance along that 5-day. Look for resistance today at 972. That's the 5-day EMA. Same thing on this bean market for the November contract. Targeted move hit yesterday, 983. If you close below 983, the extension move is a little bit lower yet towards 968, 969. Resistance continues to be along that 5 and 9-day EMA, 992, 995. Those are your lines in your sand. If any type of move back towards 1010 or anywhere near this 20-day EMA, let's call it 1005 to 1010, 1011, I think you look to be sellers here. Now, we did take some chips off the table a little bit here at the close yesterday, but we have some sell stops working at 981. 981 sell stops down towards 969. We'll look to maybe take some profit yet again. Now, on
So just to reiterate there, he's saying holding on to the hedges until the USDA is over because of the big yields on the corn. Now, let's just get into the weather, and then we'll talk about the charts a little wee bit more as well. 7-day precipitation forecast from the WPC has some rain up here, and I am hoping that can put out some of those fires and of course keep this crop green for a little bit longer in a lot of these areas as well. You can see that there's some long range heat that's getting built in there, and I'll talk about that a little bit here. You can see it here. You know, it's not showing up on the NDFD as much, but when you look at this one, you can see that there's huge areas like this that keep on adding heat into the, basically in the hundreds right? And it's moving around a little wee bit, but you can see that there's a fair bit of heat that's getting pushed into some of those areas. It's going to get quite hot, and that's the GFS. The GFS is showing the highest temperature variance, and is that going to be hurting the corn? Very likely it's going to stop some corn fill, but because of the high temperatures. Here's your active radar. You can see Alberta's getting some more rain. Calgary, I don't know if they can, it's a good thing they've got a lot of slope for water to go elsewhere, because holy smoke, they've been getting piles of rain. So here's your WPC. You can see that moisture in prairies, and there's fires here and here like that. Like, let's put some bullseye on there and let's get rid of some of those fires. And then the NBM forecast showing something similar as well. So let's just have a look at the market prices right now. The canola is up $1.70 to $1.50. Rapeseed is slightly up, just 25 cents. And soybean oil is up or down just slightly. Crude oil is up half a buck, and your soybeans are basically unchanged at the moment. And spring wheat is slightly up a little bit as well. And then your wheats, your hard red winter, your Chicago wheat, your milling wheat are all up. Oats are up, corn is up. Just have a look at it here. So you got this canola is actually in the middle of this channel, and we're still looking for somewhere in this area here, a little bit lower to actually take profit off. Now, anybody with those three ways, we're looking in that I'm going to say slightly lower than where we are, and take profit off of those three ways. Those three ways have added a little bit of profitability to the farms now, but there still could be some more downside, as we know that this crop is still very likely to have a little bit more harvest pressure as we move forward here. And it's all dependent on the soybean oil as well. So here we are with rapeseed, and it broke through the 23.6 retracement value. So that's not a good sign either. And we're right on the 78.6 retracement value with the soybean oil. And it's trading above all the moving averages, but trying to shift here a little wee bit as well. So right at that 53.3 is right where we're trading right at the moment. And if you look at the soybeans themselves, they're not quite at the low that we got made back in April, but it's getting awfully close on the front month here. The soybean meal has bounced off and trading above the short-term moving averages. And if you look at the palm oil, it's basically just chopping sideways right at the 61.8 on the big range here that we have here. The crude oil, basically trading a little bit higher today, but we'll see how that continues. The Canadian dollar right at the short-term moving average on the positive. Now, how long can we hold it there? It's nobody's guess here, but looks like the U.S. dollar index is going to maybe try to get back down, but we'll have to see how that wave actually continues. So let's have a look at wheat. You look at your slow stochastics, you're dragging in the basement here for quite some time. You can see that whole drag down, but a little bit of positive here today. We basically held yesterday with no more movement down, and you got the Kansas actually had a couple of positive days off the floor that it made. You can even say that same signal that Darren Fester was talking about is in the Chicago wheat as well. Created a hammer there as well. And there's the corn futures with the hammer. So the Chicago corn and Chicago wheat might have similar trading, as they are a lot more related than the rest of the other wheat complexes. Here you can see that hammer on the corn futures that Darren was talking about. And that's all I have for you today.